I wrote this: our emotions should show in authenticity the love we have for God. So we were just talking about it. We all have emotions, right? My emotions should show to the world around me and to myself the love that I have for God. If I'm always bored of the Lord, if I'm always bored of the Bible, if I'm always bored at spending time with God in prayer, if I have no desire to worship His name in song, if it's always boring, it reveals I have a lack of love toward the Lord. Just think about this expressive worship of this lady in the book of Luke, right? She's forgiven of this major sin debt. She comes in and she weeps at the Lord's feet, washes the feet of the Lord with her tears and her hair. Why? Because the revelation of Jesus' beauty in forgiving her of her many sins hit her heart, and she loved much. And when you realize you've been forgiven of much by the Lord, who's seen all you've done, when you really believe that, love will pour out of your heart like a geyser. It'll just fly out to God. God, you're wonderful. You're magnificent. You forgave me. I didn't deserve it. Now let me pour out my affection upon you. Our emotions testify of what we love. And if we love God, we'll have burning, fiery, passionate emotions for God. Our emotions should show in authenticity, not pretending. I'm not trying to cry at the Lord. I'm not trying to act like I love the Lord. That's false. I'm saying in a real way, we will genuinely love God when we see Him and see what He's done for us. In this place of prizing God in our emotions, we are rooted because of this reality. This reality roots us in prizing God in our emotions, that God is unchanging. God, who is unchanging, is placed in His proper dwelling, having been allowed to sit upon the throne of our affections. This is the place where God should live, on the throne of your affections. Do sports have more of your affection? Do women have more of your affection? Does porn have more of your affection? Does social media have more of your affection? Or is God number one on the throne of what moves your heart and makes you happy? That testifies of what you love. That reveals the motive of your heart. That reveals what your life is built upon. If our affections and our emotions are not tied up in God and who He is for us, keeping us stable in life, our affections are in the wrong place and we're in idolatry if they're not stayed upon God. I wrote down this. This will regulate our emotions. It causes us to rest joyful at all times in all circumstances when God is number one. Why? Because of the unchangeableness of His nature amidst a world that is ever changing. Why are we joyful at all times? Why do we have peace at all times? Because our affections are upon a God who doesn't change, right? So God is not having mood swings. God is not bipolar. If my affections are upon Him, if my trust is placed in Him, I can rest secure at all times because I know who He is at all times and what He'll be for me, faithful and true and empowering me to live His way. I wrote this down. Why love the world when the world will let you down and sap your energy dry? Why not love God when God has no imperfections and is fully capable of fulfilling and satisfying your every desire, if you'll only submit and yield to the beauty of His affections for you? If the world saps you dry, it drains your strength. It never did anything for you, and it always lets you down. Your sports team lets you down. The women let you down. The desires of this world let you down. You're not satisfied once you commit the sin. It always lets you down. Why love it? Why not love God, who has full capability of satisfying and fulfilling your desires because He has no imperfections in Himself? All you have to do is humbly say, God, satisfy my desires so I don't crave the sin of the world. Help me. I crave it now, but I don't want to crave it. Empower me to love your ways where I don't love it now. In that place, God will not turn you away. He'll renew your life.